everyone. This video is to help you recall some of the tips we went over in constructing your WebQuest on climate change. And so the format that your WebQuest is supposed to be in is by using the Google Sites function. So you go to sites.google.com, and this will bring you to where you can go ahead and create your website. Now, while I'm waiting on the internet to cooperate, I'm going to go ahead and remind you of the outline that you are expected to be using. So this outline you can find in your class that corresponds with your design challenge topic. So if you're in pollution, it would be your pollution class. And it's under files. And so this is the outline. Each of the sections of this outline are related to a tab that you will have in your website. So your home tab, you're going to welcome your guests, introduce yourself, explain the assignment, what is the topic, in this case it's climate change, and you're going to draw connections to why, as a green and sustainable solution, we would be interested in climate change. Then for introduction, you're going to look at setting the stage. So you're kind of opening up, explaining what they should expect, the purpose of this climate change WebQuest, an overview, and what is the big question that you're seeking for them to understand by doing your WebQuest. So, is it just to understand climate change better, or are you looking for them to take action? Are you looking for them to understand the specific part of the issue of climate change? So the task, you're going to restate the problem that they are addressing. So if the problem is that we are creating too many CO2 emissions, that's what you're going to describe, and you're going to give them the, the impetus, the start to want to go do something about this. You're going to explain the significance of each step and tell them what to do. So you're going to give them a link to something on that Exploring Science or Exploring Earth class zone website. And so you'll send them there, and you're going to have them answer a question, draw something, do something that gets them to accomplish your purpose. So in at least 3 steps, you should be able to get them to accomplish your goal for your WebQuest. Then, your conclusion, you're going to congratulate them on what they have accomplished, tell them what they should have gotten out of your WebQuest, and summarize again their learning. So this is what you did, this is why it's great, and moving on. Now the self-evaluation tab is meant to be about you and your partner. So you're going to put the rubric in. The rubric can also be found under Files in your class. And you just copy and paste that little rubric into that page, and then I want you to score yourself. So if you were Mrs. Sullivan for the day and you were giving yourself a grade, what would you deserve? Then we also have the credits. So you need to cite your sources. If you're using the Exploring Earth website, you need to be sure to do that. I do want it in the MLA format, which means you need to use easybib.com. Again, you just have to copy and paste that URL, and it gives you everything you need, so it shouldn't be a problem. Well, let's check on our internet. So the Google Sites webpage is going to be a wonderful tool because you can choose to create a WebQuest template. So it's already going to have it set up for you. You just have to make a couple of changes. Alright, so once you get into your sites.google.com, you must have a Gmail account of some sort. So everyone had at least one person in their partnership able to log in. And you're going to click on Create. When you click on Create, you're going to need to browse the gallery for more. You're going to type into the search WebQuest and go ahead and search for that. So when you create your website, you're going to search the gallery for the WebQuest template, and you're going to choose the first one that pops up, and it will give you something like this. Now I would like you to name your WebQuest, your last name and your partner's last name in Science and CC. This was not the first website I made, so I had to add this number 2 there. So you don't need a number, just your last name, Science, and CC. Now, if for some reason there's already a website out there just like that, you may add a number without any penalties there. Now, what I need you to do is you're going to edit your tabs here on the side to look just like mine here. So there's usually a resources tab, and so the resources tab you are going to need to select, and under more you can delete that page. Now you're just going to delete that one tab, you're not deleting your whole brand new website. I also want you under self-evaluation, or it's regularly evaluation, you need to be able to edit that. So you click this pencil for edit page, and you're going to add self in front of evaluation. This is also where I want you to copy and paste the rubric that you will be evaluated on into this, and then you're going to give me your explanation of the grade you deserve. And so when you're done, you can click Save, and it will take you back out of your editing window. Now, all of these tabs, like I said, correspond with a section of your outline. So if you've typed your outline, all you have to do is just copy and paste your text from maybe the home section here. You go into your website in the Home tab. You click Edit. You delete anything that they have there, and then you just paste in your material. Once you've done that, you may choose to want to change the effects of the website. You can change the color, the fonts, etc. But that will not be evaluated in your grade. So if you are interested in doing that, you go to the More function here. You go to Manage Site. And you're going to click on Themes, Colors, and Fonts. Now if you choose this, sometimes it gets a little confusing, but basically you just get to try things out using these functions up here and for all these different parts of your website, and it will give you a preview of what you've changed. And then you can choose to save or clear your customizations if you decide that you didn't like it very much at all. To return, you can click just here on this arrow, and once you are done putting in your outline information, you are done. Please submit it on Canvas in the STEAM Science course with your website, your WebQuest assignment. So it's Climate Change WebQuest, and this is where you will upload it. Now it is open until midnight on Friday, so please get your WebQuest in before then. If you're having trouble communicating with your partner from before, you may end up doing individual WebQuests just so that it can be easier on the both of you. So I hope you all have a wonderful break. Good luck, and I will see you next year.